Welcome to part 4 of this Alias sub D tutorial. Today we're going to add more detail to this model. Now that we have the front and the side and the rear blocked in, it is now time to add more details. And today I want to clean up some of the surfacing that is happening around this C-pillar sail panel. And I'm going to add this V-shape feature onto this spoiler, and maybe if we have more time, we'll split the glass from the body, and we'll add more detail here and clean it up a little bit. Okay, so let's start. What I want to start with is this sail panel here. If I look at the sketch, it goes to a point and then it goes into more of a round shape here. And if I look into the other one, it does something a little bit differently, kind of goes all the way. I'm gonna follow a little bit more of a solution where I combine both sketches. So yeah, let's start. First thing I need to do is I'm going to start unwelding some of these edges. So I'm going to unweld this one, and I can unweld this one. So this is, first I'm going to just separate this, these faces from each other. So I'm going to click on the edge, and then I'm just going to click unweld, and then that's going to unweld those two edges. And then I can unweld this one as well. Yeah, that's unwelded. And then this one can be, this one can stay. Actually, we need to unweld this inside one right here. Actually, I can delete this surface because that one is just a connection between those two, and I can just delete that one. Oop, it doesn't let me. So yeah, we might have to unweld. Okay. And then I can unweld this one as well, this whole edge. Okay. Let's see what is left here. What if I go in here and let's crease this right here. And I can take this guy. Let's see, I can take this guy here, unweld that, and then I can unweld this one, and let's unweld all of this. Okay, I can delete this edge loop, don't really need that. Alright, that is not what I want to do. Just delete this one, and then delete this one. Okay. Now I'm just cleaning this up. This one here could go from here to here. Then I can get rid of this one and this one. Why is that not like, oh, that's just that one. Okay. Then I can crease this one. So let's see what actually is still welded together. I'm trying to separate this so it's easier to work with. And then I can unweld this guy and this guy. Okay, that should go all the way there. Unweld this one. Okay, that is meeting with this one, which is unwelded. And there we go. That is now its own part. Yeah, I can hide it for now. And then I can go in and select this edge loop right here. And I can unweld that as well. And that is now its own part. So if I look at this and this, now the glass, it's its own separate part. The reason why I did that is it's to help me get this part to be cleaner. So what I'm going to do now is I can work on the body. This part is not yet unwelded, but I can do it. I think this edge is not unwelded. This should be its own part. Yep, this is now also its own part. So now I can work on the body separately while I can keep the glass clean. Okay, that is strange here. I can push this down. I don't know what happened there. But okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start working on this sail area. Okay, now I can add more shape here. So I'm going to select this edge loop and then I will uncrease. But because it still comes to a point here, this point wants to stay sharp while this one becomes more soft. So what I'm going to do is select all of this. It shouldn't all get selected. Well, I'm going to delete this face first. And now I can select this edge that connects to the bottom one, and then this one. And then I can select all the way down to this one. And now I can extrude in Y and just go in like that. It doesn't really matter as long as I hit the glass, which I should be. And then I can crease all these edges over here. Okay. And now I can weld this edge back to this one. So I'm going to select this edge. Oops, that one, and then I'm going to weld it back, this one to this one. Okay, and that should give me something like that. If I bring the glass back, should look something like that. Actually, I can connect the glass together now, so that doesn't leave a gap over here. So I'm just going to insert an edge loop right here. Okay, and then I can just create a four-sided face, and I can push that to place, and then I can do the same thing here, create a four-sided shape, and I can also do the same thing here. Now I can connect this one, this one, this one to this one, and then just bridge between those. And just like that, I bridge between my glass. I can push this point in so it's not protruding. And now we don't have a gap like that over here. Okay. We can push this point further in. Oops. Okay, so that intersects the glass. Yeah, we want to be intersecting the glass. I can hide this one so I can select better. And I will now move this one inside so that it intersects the glass. Pull it like that. Okay, that's better. Okay, and that I think is a little bit too soft, so I can just insert another edge loop right here. And then I can move those CVs to get it closer to what the sketch is doing. Okay, that is starting to look better. We can fix the plan view now. Move that inside a little bit. Okay. Okay, now if we bring in this, it looks like it just intersects it. So gonna do that now. I can grab, well, let me turn off this one and this one so that the CVs are not in the way. It comes off and it just like intersects it just like that. Same thing here, and then just intersect it like that. Can push it a little bit in Y. Push this point in. Okay, that's like that. I think the sail needs to be a little bit bigger too, so I'll turn off this one, and I can turn off the body, and I'll push this one a little bit up to create a little bit more make the sail a little bit bigger, more substantial. And I would have to move it in a little bit too. It's starting to be too thick. Remember, the glass curves in as it goes higher. One thing I want to adjust here is this adjust this slope here. Looks like it has a little bit the sketch has a faster shape, so I can just move this one using the slide tool. Get a little bit of a faster shape out of it. And then do the same thing for this row of CVs. Okay. How's that? That's looking better. My glass can move in a little bit. Okay. Alright, yeah, I think we got the sail looking a little bit more accurate to the shape of the sketch. Okay, now we can add this V shape. And this V shape is actually pretty easy. All we have to do is bring in, we can leave this inside part the same, so we can actually extend that kind of to go further into our glass, and then we can just change. Now we can actually break symmetry. Remember, we had this this edge loop being the symmetry edge loop to keep it curvature through the center line. We can break that because our sketch allows us. This is one of the rare designs that lets us do that. I'm actually gonna crease this line here to create our rail. So yeah. And here I'm just gonna try and get more of a straight line, just like the sketch is doing. Then I can do the same thing in this view. Select the CV, these two CVs, and just push them down. Do the same thing here. And these two as well. can also, let me see how that looks. Yeah, it is intersecting with our glass there. So we can actually push the glass down too. I'm just hide unselecting so that it is easier for me to work, so I can see better and select easier. Select the CVs a little bit easier. That's what I'm doing. Okay, that looks better. And maybe move these CVs as well. Okay. All right. I can go in a little bit further. Push these CVs down to get that crease to travel a little bit more. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's better. Looks more like the sketch. It just kind of fades out. Okay. So it looks a bit flat through here. So I'm going to isolate that, and then I'm going to add an edge loop here. And then I can just select these CVs, and I can crown it just a little bit more. Just to get a little bit more of that crown shape that we had in the roof, because it is starting to look a bit too flat. That is looking better. And we can use these edge loops later to control more of the crown of this surface. But for now, we can select these surfaces here on top, and then we can actually turn them into glass color, just to help us visually. If I look at my glass, it looks like it is protruding here. So to solve that issue, I can just grab these edge loops here, and I can hold shift, middle mouse click to drag select, and I can just extrude in Y and I can increase these surfaces, and now I can get that round shape back. So this is just it's not necessary, but it's just to help us see that the glass is not extruding. Okay. I can adjust this a little bit. See, when I'm doing work for the body side or this rail, I want the glass to be selected as well, so I can select, I can drag select all of these CVs together, so that I'm affecting both, so that the shape stays close. Okay, now I can turn off this and this, and I can either isolate my body side, but if you don't want to isolate, you can just work while this is visible. But I'm going to select these CVs over here, and I can drag them away. This is to create the cowl area. Okay. And I'm actually going to isolate now, and I can select all these CVs, because this is actually not supposed to be having like two steps like that. So I'm just gonna, gonna drag these down just to get them more leveled, like so. And these don't really need to be creased anymore. that looks. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. We're gonna eventually edit that out because it needs to connect to the front fender over here. Okay, so let's just add the cowl. I'm gonna select this edge, this one, and this one. And I will use the extrude tool. I can extrude down and in X, just like that. The CV can actually slide back a little bit. Doesn't need to go that much. Then I can crease this like that. And now I can turn off the model, the main one, and I can grab my glass here, and I can select these CVs, and I can extend them just like that. And just have them intersect the cowl area there. So that's an easy way to separate that. Most cars here have like a gap, cowl gap. I'm just gonna have this like a surface here. This is where your wipers go. Okay, the rail is looking a little bit flat, so I'm gonna fix this first. But I can add another edge loop here, and then I'm gonna isolate. I can pick by hall, and then move the CV according to the UV and just add a little bit more crown. Okay, that is looking better. Okay, yeah, see, that is adding more crown. Okay, that looks better over here. Okay. Now I want to move into cleaning up this area right here. And it actually involves also connecting this C-pillar sail into the front fender. So if you look at the sketch, it goes from here all the way to that front fender line. This sketch does the same thing. So now I'm going to connect those two. So I'm going to turn on the model. I can isolate. I'm going to go into box mode actually to see easier. I'm going to use this edge loop here to connect to that one. So I can snap to this CV using using Control, and then I can just snap to that one like that, and then I can now delete this edge. Don't need that anymore. Let's see if I think this feature can be lower, so I can delete this edge. I can delete that one too, and then crease that one. What if this edge attaches to that one? This one can go somewhere over here. I can delete this edge, and then this one can attach to this one. Let's see what that looks like. That's actually looking better than what we have. And then I know it's a little wavy here, but I mean, let's just fix it. I wasn't trying to concern myself with the body side yet, because that's going to be its own separate video. But let's just edit it real quick here so that it's not causing us some bad reflections. Okay, so going back into this line here, I can crease all of this from here to here. And I can get rid of this. Let's see, let's get rid of all that. And what if I bring this one over here? And get rid of that. Oops, get rid of that. See what that looks like. Yeah, that's looking better. Okay, so now that that is all one line, I have two options. I can go in and edit this CV one by one, or I can, let me just bring these down, they're bothering me. Or I can create a curve from here all the way to here using NURBS and then align to the curve. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a really clean curve. I'm going to snap it to here. And I'm going to go into plan view. And then let's just go somewhere over there. Now I'm going to bring in my sketches. So yeah, it goes somewhere towards where, like a third of where the front is. Okay. And then, now I can select these two. Let's isolate. Turning off the model first. Bring this the curve down over here maybe. Now I can add some CVs to this curve. Okay, and I can start adding a little bit more shape. The reason why I'm mixing in some NURBS here is because it is cleaner, and also our objective is to be faster. So this is faster than moving one CV at a time. In sub-D. Sub-D is generally faster, but not really for like cleaning up really fast. So this is a good alternative. So yeah, I'm just making the curve kind of like a nice sweeping curve. I can isolate it by itself and just look at it to see if it's got a good curve to it. Okay, let's look at it from here. Yeah, it's looking a lot better. Okay, now I can turn my model back on, and using the align to curve tool, first I'll select the CVs that I want to align with. Oops, that edge needs to be creased. Crease, and this one needs to be deleted. So yeah, I need this CV and all the way to this CV. And now I will use the align to curve tool. I don't want history, and then align to curve, and then I will pick the curve. Just like that. And now I've aligned all these CVs to my curves just like that. Now I can delete the curves, no longer needed. And then I can go into my sub-D now and just start editing that by itself. Okay, so let's take a look at what that looks like now. So yeah, we created a nice line here that connects our C-pillar to our fender, just like the sketch does. Okay, and now I'm going to edit it a little more. I'm going to create this other crease that goes into the hood. I can use this edge to continue that crease because it kind of has a pretty sharp turn here. Not as sharp as this, but let's edit that. You can go a little bit more outboard. Actually, we need to go a little bit more inboard like that. Okay. And then it looks like here it goes inside like that. So I'm gonna isolate. Let's see. This doesn't need to go. We don't need that. We can go in like so. We can delete this one. Okay. And it looks like it goes in like that. These points can come forward a little bit. Whoops, actually, this one can come forward by themselves first. And we can bring these two. Okay. The reason why I'm doing that is to get a little bit more space here. So now I can add another one here. And that's going to connect to this one. I can delete that one. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, this can move down. This can move this way. That one can move this way. And I can move these down as well. Okay. Alright, now let's see. I can create another edge loop here. And that will add a little bit more tension to this area, make this score a little bit sharper. I don't need this one and this one. So yeah, just creating that bit over there. I'm not following this one, I'm kind of following this one more when it comes to the hood. Okay, it looks like it's closer to the A pillar rail. So I can move that now. Go in plan view. I can move this whole thing in Y this way. I can get rid of this one. Let's see. Let's get rid of that one. This one can go over here instead. And I can get rid of this one. Alright. This can come forward a little bit. Okay, let's see what that looks like. It's a little bit better. There's something weird going on here. Can perhaps bring this to a point so that we don't have some complications here. We'll add a little bit more detail here later. Yeah. Maybe we can add an edge loop between these two here. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. All right. Now, instead of creasing it, I can also insert an edge loop here, really close to this one. Okay, and that is going, you have to be aware where your edge loops are going. It's going all the way around, which is okay. Don't mind that. And then I can select this one, and I can uncrease that, and can also uncrease this one. See, our edge loop looks like it stopped right over here, so I will continue it by using the cut tool. Come here, and then I can come here. Okay, connect this one to this one, and then I can connect this one to this one. Okay, now I can get rid of this one, and now I can connect this to this, and then I can delete this one. Makes every one of these faces a four-sided. So that's going to be a little bit of a cleaner solution. That looks better. All right. I don't like how this one goes into this one like that. And same thing for this one. So I can just delete this surface, this edge right here. I can delete this one. And maybe move this one over like that. This one as well. And I can insert an edge loop here to make it a four-sided. Same thing here. Connect this one to that one. Whoops. This one to this one. And then I can add a little bit more crown here. Alright, let's see what that looks like. That's looking better. This could come down a little bit. Yeah. Alright. It looks like it goes in and almost meets with this point right here. So actually what I can do is go more like this with it. I can delete this one. Maybe I can go even further in like this with this one, and then delete this one and this one. Okay. Oh, looks like we have some abnormalities here. This one could go up. These ones can come down. Okay, let's take a look at it. Yeah, it's looking better. Kind of connects it to this, but it fades out right here. Okay. This could come down. Yeah, it makes this a little bit more apparent, just like in the sketch. Yeah. So we got that glass separated from our body. We got the sail panel. And it's, yeah, the details looking better. It's getting a little bit more accurate what the sketch is doing. Maybe what I can do is add a little bit more crown to the cowl area. And that's what last thing I'm going to do for the video today. We'll get into more details on the body side in the next video. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you've learned something from today's video. Thank you.